Merry meet. So today I want to review a book. And the book I want to review is Every Which Way, Spells and Advice from Two Very Different Witches by Dugan and Tess Whitehurst. So what this is, it's a sort of a collection of articles and advice and basically random thoughts and ideas from these two pretty famous pagan authors. Now, I'm more familiar with Dugan than Tess Whitehurst. I have read some of her works, but I've read quite a bit of what Dugan has, and I like her very much. So, yes. As usual, let's have a look at the contents. We have a table of contents. We have Every Which Way, Spells and Advice from Two Very Different Witches, which is basically a sort of introduction. Every Which Way, Two Very Different Witches give you the lowdown on the craft as they know it, which is basically their thoughts, concepts, ideas, and such on the craft. And you have Introduction to Dugan and Introduction to Tess Whitehurst. I always have to check her name so I try not to get it too wrong. Then we have a house clearing and cleansing. It's a pretty good one there. Clutter clearing by Tess and house cleansing and ghost by Ellen. It's basically a chapter on keeping your house clean spiritually and two things you can do. And you have kitchen witchery, which is with the articles celebrating the kitchen witch tradition by Ellen. A kitchen blessing, which I really liked, and kitchen magic by Tess. Then we have physical fitness. I like magical fitness. It's a section I should probably go more in depth with. We have the Fit Witch. That's not me, but it's by Dugan. And we have Love Your Body, Live Your Beauty by Tess. The Magical Diet. Ooh. Vegan, vegetarian, and carnivore is basically a discussion about this and magic. And The Omnivore's Diet by Ellen. And we have Psychic and Energetic Protection, which has the chapters Out There vs In Here, which is a pretty good one, and Psychic and Energetic Protection by Tess, basically both protection methods. And then you have Can You Be a Christian Witch? And this is an interesting chapter because this is discussed again and again and again. I think I made a video about it way back. But it might be time to make another one because this is a thing that I'm asked a lot and which also comes up in pagan forums again and again and again and again. Can you be a Christian witch? And basically here we have Dugan saying no and Tess, I always forget your last name, Whitehurst, saying yes. It doesn't surprise me that Dugan says no because she's a very traditional type Wiccan, but I think actually here, I think she is giving a very bad reply because she is more referring to the more traditional type of Wicca. Can you combine that with Christianity? That can be more difficult, but a witch, definitely. If you look at traditional witchcraft, if you look at the old black books and grimoires that's been found, that all wise women and witches, village witches and so on are used, they're almost always based in Christianity. But I didn't need to have a big debate about that right now, but yeah, I think she gives a bad answer there. But then we have Angels and Magic, which says Go Carefully, My Friend, from Ellen, and Angel Magic in the City of Angels by Tess. Basically, two different viewpoints on that there. We have Fairy Magic, which is Working with the Fae with Tess, and If You Call Them, They Will Come by Ellen, and a spell to gently remove a fairy infestation. And that is one I really like because there's so many books on fairy magic, but they usually don't have that because fairies can be very complicated beings, and it's not always positive to get too close to them. They can be an extremely positive energy, an extremely positive experience, but not always. So having a tool to deal with it if visits from the Fae becomes bothersome can be very useful. We have prosperity spells, tapping into the universal flow by Tess, and a wealth activation ritual, and advanced prosperity spell by Ellen. Basically, as you can see, that most of the chapters has 2 or 3 sub-chapters, which usually are these 2 women giving their version of a spell or a ritual, or their own opinion about that topic, and they don't always agree. So it's sort of like a debate in a book format, which makes this book pretty unique. It's a book on neo-paganistic witchcraft that's different from the typical here's your Wicca 101 books, because here you have 2 very experienced witches that sort of debate it over in this book, which is worth the price alone. Then we have protection spells. A protection prerequisites by Tess, an old-fashioned garlic protection spell, and big guns protection spell by Ellen. And we have love spell, an attraction ritual by Tess, smoke signal and roses, an attraction ritual, and love magic for a family by Ellen. I really like that one. Because love magic doesn't always have to be go get me a man or go get me a woman. It can also be how to restore love in a family, how to get friends, how to find a beloved pet. Love magic is not just for romantic love. And then we have glamour spells. Fun with Glamoury by Tess, Acorn Aura of Success Charm, and Rose Water and Witch Hazel You Can't Resist Mist, and the Magic of Blending In by Ellen. Then we have banishing spells. Banishing Unwanted Patterns with the Akashic Field by Tess, Akashic Records Rite Ritual, or Saturn Day Banishing Spell by Ellen. All of those pretty good. And then we have a Saturn Day Banishing Spell. And then we have Full Moon Rituals. I like the moon section here. It's Basic Full Moon Ritual by Tess, Basic Full Moon Ritual, and a Full Moon Rededication Ritual by Ellen. I like the Rededication Ritual, I definitely do. And then we have On the Fly Spell. We have 4 fast spells by Tess, Ellen Find It Charm, Traffic Charm, Turn Your Water into Potion, Decide Which Item to Purchase, Magic at Your Fingertips by Ellen, Daily Magical Correspondences, and All-Purpose Magic in the On the Fly Charm verse. We're closing. We have Ellen's bibliography and Tess's bibliography. So, is this a good book? Yes. Yes, it is. Now, of course, if you don't like any of these 2 authors, then you will not like this book. And Ellen Dugan can be difficult at times because she is more of a conservative when it comes to witchcraft. They have picked 2 people that couldn't be more different, because Tess is very lighthearted. I won't call it fluffy, but it's more of a as long as it works for you, it goes. Use what you have around you, spells and rituals and all of this constantly changes to fit what you need. Ellen Dugan is a very traditional witch that has her very distinct opinions, and it's very easy to see her as sort of looking down her nose at anybody not sharing those opinions, but she do know her stuff. So, but I actually like that I've gotten somebody that's that different, because it gives a very nice contrast. It doesn't just feel like, oh, this section is written by this person, this section is written by that person. The only really way I can tell the difference is whose name is on the top of the article. It's more, you can definitely tell who's writing what, and that I disagree is a very good thing. Because here's the thing. A lot of people, they buy the first book in any occult field. Let's say neo-paganistic witchcraft. And then they get completely hung up on that. That is how they're gonna do it. That's how they view it. Don't come telling them that they can do it any way differently. It's that way. Because that's how their first author did it. But I would actually recommend this as basically the third book you get. Because first of all, there's a lot of different topics here, so it becomes sort of like a variety pack. But since there are two people that are both very respected, and they often have so varying opinions, that can help foster the idea that you have to gather the information and then make up your own mind. You have to basically, there are no 100% right answer. This is the truth, TM. You have to see what you think about these various topics. And as such, so I would say get Raymond's Big Blue Book, Raymond Buckland's Big Blue Book. Get Scott Cunningham's book. This is if you're not going a very traditional way, then of course go with Gary Gardner's books. And then get this one just to see how two very different opinions work together. So yeah, I really enjoy this book. It's different, it's very interesting, and there's some really good stuff in here. And I really like the sort of debate in book format, though not every chapter is like that, some of them are. And yeah, I am very pleased with this book. I would give it 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good read, it's well written, and yeah, I have no real complaints. Of course, if you have a problem with Ellen Dugan, that some people do because of the tone of her books, then you will of course have a problem with this book. But other than that, if you like her like I do, though there's a lot of things I don't agree with her with, because I'm a chaot, I am perhaps not the best traditionalist in the world when it comes to the occult. But yeah, I still like her because she's knowledgeable. And yeah, I recommend this book. It's good. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a great day, and blessed be.